It's your boy JD. We're back again on JD Fitness TV, and you know what it is. I'm here again. I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. You guys thought I was gone, but I'm back. Anyways, I'm in Carlo. You guys are probably thinking, what are you doing in Carlo? Well, that's none of your business, but I'm in Carlo anyways, you know. But this time around, I'm with my brother, Dragos. Did I say it right? Nearly. How do you say it?
Yeah. Dragos.
Oh! One more time, go.
Dragos.
Dragos.
Dragos Georgievich Mamaliga.
Pardon?
The man said it. That name alone would give you a heart attack, man. Do you know what I mean? Well, this is my guy, my G, my brother. He's a phenomenal player, you know, great footballer. Played with Bray Wanderers, played with Longford Town, played international with Moldova, and now he's just chilling. He's chilling with me. Yeah, should be privileged, bro. He goes down. What are you trying to say?
It's gone downhill, hasn't it?
What are you talking about? You're here with me. What are you saying?
We're slightly on the up.
Okay, slightly on the up. That's you know, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Oh shoot, man. So anyways, Drag, just a few questions for you, you know. So obviously I know a lot about you, and I've seen you play before, many occasions. So tell me what was like growing up. You know, I know you're football mad. You know, I've seen your room. You have a big Moldovan flag and a football 24/7, and everything to do with football is football 24/7. So what made you actually got into football? Why did you choose football? Why football?
Kind of grew up in a household where there was football always on.
Yeah.
And if I'd go to my uncle's, football would be on. If I was in Moldova, it would be football.
Yeah.
And my dad back home, Moldova, played at a good level. He had a leg break when he was young, and he packed it in for football. He didn't decide to pursue it further on, so he kind of encouraged me to do the same. No matter what adversities you you come through. And what I liked about it was he never rushed me into football. I kind of came at my own pace. I always played it in front of the house with my mates, and that was probably the best part of football, enjoying it. Then,
so what was it like actually? You grew up in Dublin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up in Dublin City? Because it's massive, like compared to where I'm from, Letterkenny, you know, Donegal, Donegal, you know. But what was it like growing up there and, like, you know, playing football with, you know, different? It's obviously different mentality, you know. It was good because you knew a lot of people. I mean, if I had played against someone and I seen them in town or anywhere, you'd say like, "What's up? Hello, all this." If I don't know, with social media and everything, you start to get to know a lot more people before you even played against them, which was okay from the nerves point of view, from a psychological point of view of the game. You're not, oh my God, who's he? Who's he? You've seen him, you know. I think mentally it's easier to prepare yourself for the games. So it's like a little community anyways, but it's a big community. It's much bigger. It's like, much bigger, yeah. The way you said it, probably in Letterkenny, everyone knows each other, whether it's football or not, or it's not sport related. True. It was in there, it's hard to know everybody, but the football, you probably do know each other. Yeah. And I'd be in town with my cousin, all he has nothing to do with football, and I'd be like, "Oh, what's up?" And he goes, "How do you know him?" Yeah. It's football, you know. Football, so in that regard, it was very good from a socialising point of view. But yeah, it was very good. You have a lot of teams, you have a lot of options, you have a lot of variety. If one place doesn't work out, you can go to the other. If this place works out, you can stay. If not, you can go somewhere where you could progress as well. And it was kind of opportunity after opportunity. Yeah, that's good. So who did you get your first team appearance with? Was it Longford or was it with Bray?
Basically I played schoolboy football in Dublin. Yeah. And then when League of Ireland came about, the first year 17s, I didn't go. I went when it would have been my last year of 17s, and I was actually up with Dragos to start off with. The manager told me with like 3 weeks before the window closed, and now like I'm not taking you, I'm taking a younger player to have him for next year. So that hurt, that killed me, because I thought I was a better player than him, and
I know,
I've gone further than he was, but we won't talk about that because obviously you just use that as a motivational factor. But in the car, I remember sitting in the car, driving with my dad, and my dad looks at me and goes, "What, is that it?"
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about it.
That's the good thing about football as well, you know. It's the ups and downs of it that actually makes you want to, keep going. Do you know what I mean? Like, definitely. The amount of times I've been said no to, and still I don't care what it is. I'm never giving up.
It's difficult because
it is. Yeah.
You're like, you throw yourself a pity party. It's like, fuck this, and then you kind of just go out. And I remember my dad coming in and ringing me saying, Longford 19s are looking for players. Now I was only 16 at the time, so most of these boys would be 17, 18. So some of them would be like big boys, you know what I mean, compared to me. Yeah. I'd only started going to the gym. I was only kind of like starting to develop
properly.
Yeah, like
and now you're fully developed, aren't you?
Still a way to go, but yeah, in better shape than I was.
Thinking about being in a better shape, I remember playing against you last year. You know I'm gonna bring this up. You know me. It's me, like, you know. So why was I giving you a piggyback? Tell me about.
What was the final score?
Okay.
I led my team to victory.
Okay.
We led his team to defeat.
Okay, fair enough. That's. But
you were leading 2-1.
We were winning 2-1, and then you guys got a jammy. I mean, oh my good lord.
I'll send him the video.
No. I'm gonna
put that free kick.
I'm gonna put this free kick on this just so you guys can see it, because I don't know, like, I don't even know how to describe it. The wind took it.
Shout out Kevin O'Reilly, what a baller. Unbelievable free kick.
Who's that chap?
He's the one that scored that free
kick. Is that him? Well, Kevin, if you're watching this, my guy, that was a fluke. I'm saying this right now. I'm saying it with chest. Fluke. You did not mean to do that, cuz. You didn't mean to do that. That was a fluke. Anyways, Kevin, whatever, good goal, you guys won, blah blah blah. Anyways, you were
in a better place then.
We're in a better place, you know, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Then obviously lockdown came about. What was it? It was about 2 months after that game,
exactly. And then everything shut down.
Everything shut down. Yeah. Slowly getting back into it now, getting back into shape.
Who's the best player you've actually ever played against that you're like, oh, this guy is actually tough? Do you know what I mean? You know, you're going onto the pitch, you're hearing, oh, it's David, whatever, blah blah blah. You're like, oh, good lord, today's gonna be a busy day for me. Who is that player? Growing
up, my dad always told me on the pitch you have no friends and don't fear nobody.
That's the mentality.
And I always kind of took that going in. Obviously, growing up, played against players that are in England now playing. Yeah. Gavin Kilkenny at Bournemouth. For Kevin's team was a joke. They had some really good players in there. Yeah. But probably the one was Callum Hudson at Doyle.
Callum Hudson, yeah.
We played against England in the qualifiers, and it was the very first game. And this guy just took the piss. Like, do you know when you play football for the fun of it? Like, that's what he was doing. Everyone was working hard. Our right back was probably one of our best players. Yeah. Nah, shut him down. Our right back had zero confidence come the end of the game. He didn't even want to talk. I tried going around, put my hand around him. He goes, nah, just leave me alone.
One of them games.
It was just one of them. It wasn't just one of them games. It was, we conceded from our own mistakes. But what he done on the pitch, like, it was unbelievable.
I think, do you know what? It reminds me of this guy. I don't know. They're probably not on the same level. I mean, shout out to Callum Hudson. But my guy was Ronan Curtis.
Yeah, Ronan Curtis.
Do you know Ronan Curtis?
For Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, yeah. Played with Derry. It was like, I don't know, but we went down to Derry to play them, and I mean, this guy,
he's a joke as
he
well.
Was a joke, you know. Do you know what? At the start, you know when you start a game and you're like, oh yeah, this game is gonna go well. You're buzzing. You make a good pass and you're like, yeah, it's gonna go well.
And then that one player turns up.
And then that one player starts, and then everyone just clicks, and you're like, oh crap, this is gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, that game, I actually can't remember the score. It was definitely above 6-0.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
When I was playing with Bray, last game of the season, we travelled out to Cork. I wasn't in the match day squad, so I was in the stands. Yeah. And I remember just watching it, and that was his last game in League of Ireland before he'd gone to Portsmouth. Yeah. And oh my god.
He's a good player, isn't he?
He signed off in style. He was unbelievable.
So you were playing for Braze at that time. Who was he playing with? Derry.
He was with Cork.
He was
Cork.
with Cork. Did he go to Cork as well?
Yeah, he was with Cork just before he'd gone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He was, oh my God.
Yeah.
Very
so
good. Cork had a good team that year. They won there. Actually, they didn't win anything.
They didn't, no?
No, because Dundalk swept it, but...
Yeah. So in football, talking about winning, what would be your greatest achievement in football? Obviously, you have had a lot of great achievements. So
for me personally,
for you personally,
it doesn't beat walking out and having that crest right on the heart, playing for your country.
Yeah.
And then when you actually sing the national anthem, it almost it's
it's
surreal. Honestly, like as a kid, you're playing up on the block and you're talking about like, oh, I'm gonna be this, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna do this, and then actually being able to do it and fulfill, like, even if it's only underage, it's unbelievable.
It's
like
unbelievable,
you can't describe it to people. No matter where it goes from there, you can say, like, I can say that I played for my country and I gave it all I had. Like, I have 10 caps officially, and then we had 10 friendlies as we were preparing for the European qualifier, so we're playing against local teams from all over.
When you were growing up, who did you look up to as a professional footballer?
I support Spurs, and the player that got me supporting Spurs.
You support Spurs?
Yeah.
What do you think of Tottenham? Shit! What do you think of shit? Tottenham! Thank you! That's alright! We ain't Tottenham! 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 We are the Tottenham!
Supporting Spurs was Roman Pavlyuchenko. He was
Pavlyuchenko.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm a Chelsea fan, right? But I remember that name, Pavlyuchenko. Tall, blondie guy.
Striker.
I mean, just finished it. Yeah.
Obviously, me coming from like Moldova, ex-Soviet.
Is he Moldovan?
No, he's Russian, but
he's Russian, yeah.
Ex-Soviet and everything. I remember watching the 2008 Euros when Russia lost Spain in the semis.
Yeah.
They bet Netherlands in the quarters, and I mean, Andreas Shavin then played for Arsenal. He was a baller.
Yeah.
I grew up in a household with watching all these, a lot of Russian Premier League before they'd moved on. So I knew a lot about them. And he kind of...
Zhirkov as well, Yuri Zhirkov.
Yuri Zhirkov was a good one. Simak in the middle, he's now coaches and he's doing a good few bits. But he was kind of the main one that got me into Spurs. But as a player, I look up to and kind of say I want to play like, it'd probably have to be Zidane, but the way he goes about things, it's unbelievable. I wouldn't be that type of player because I can say I don't have that much flair. It'd be more hard work.
Yeah, kind of like myself.
Literally,
basically. We're very similar to what we're playing at.
Very, very. Looking at it now, I'd probably almost say like a Frank Yannick Kessié of AC Milan, just kind of just breaking down stuff and then getting around the pitch.
So what position would you actually rather, as the 8 or as the 10? Because I've seen you play both. I think I would love to have you as a 6 because of this. You have this, like, you know.
Managers actually tried playing me in the 6, and
you like the up and down, up and down.
The fitness is a big thing for me. Like that's how you sacrifice a lot of like the not drinking, not smoking, not going
everything,
out, all that.
Absolutely.
And you build up your fitness, and when I play in a 6, I feel like it's reserved, like I'm reserving a lot of me. Whereas
you just want to let it out, like,
if I'm in the 8 or 10, I can do that 5-yard press that doesn't give my opponent the second to look up to make that pass, and and I guess each player gets different satisfaction. A striker gets it from scoring, a defender, good clearance or winning a battle. You know, like for me, that's what it would be.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. It would have to depend what type of system. If I'm playing kind of Simeone in a system where it's Simeone-esque, I'd love the 10 where it's you're just shifting and
up,
then
getting
getting
on
the ball and breaking quickly.
So talking about managers, what manager do you think has had the most influence and decision on your career so far? You know, that as actually, what manager would you like to say a big thank you to? This is your chance now.
Paul O'Brien
of
Piedmont. He's with Sacred Heart, Clover, first team now, and he was unbelievable. He was, I think he might only be a few years older than you.
Oh yeah.
And he was coaching us. He was only like 6 years older than us lads that he was coaching. And I mean the sessions he put in during the game, I was on that team. Like a lot of players progressed on because of how
he was with
the environment and philosophy he kind of gave to us. And another thing was he let us kind of get out of our shells. The lads that were shy, I was kind of one of them.
You shy?
On the pitch I was, and then developed.
Shy,
and then developed, and he was able to obviously have a big role in that, and I appreciate it. But another national team manager, he gave me an understanding of the game in a totally different way.
Yeah, it was mad, yeah?
Every time I'd come back and I'd talk to my dad about what happened, I'd have something new.
Yeah.
And my dad wasn't one bit surprised. He goes, if a manager has played at such a high level,
he understands as well.
He understands and can implement that philosophy.
Do you know what it is, yeah? I was talking to one of my friends that plays football as well. You don't know, you might know him. I think we spoke about him earlier on. And it's always the same about managers, you know. The best way to, like, you know, to influence a player is if you've played professional before and they look up to you because, you know, they think, not that they think, they believe that you would know how to lead them to be a professional. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's something that actually always comes up. So if a manager is actually played at a very, very high level, doesn't have to be professional, you know, it has to maybe semi-pro, but at a very, very high level, you know, it influences other players that he's coaching to actually go on further and actually, you know, progress in the future.
But I also think from a manager's point of view, he then understands us as players in them situations. Whereas if you haven't been there, you kind of don't really know. And another one, when I was first signed up to Bray's first team, Martin Russell was there with Graham Kelly, two gentlemen, gave me my chance, and forever grateful of that. And they didn't have a problem throwing a young player in. They had that faith. We were 3-0 down against Dundalk at half time. I'd left my shin guards out on the bench. I wasn't even thinking I was coming on. Then bang, Dragos are going in a 3-man midfield. I was like, oh my god. Butterfly. Scrap that. I had so much energy out of nowhere for absolute no apparent reason.
And it's just boom.
Bang. Remember there was 3,000 odd fans at the game. My dad was somewhere in the stand and I couldn't see him because before the game I'd always look at my dad before him. And I looked up and I couldn't see him and I was like, God.
Oh, you're looking for
that was it. Yeah, literally. I came on, but I played my own game. I got around. We were sitting deep because we wouldn't have had much of the ball. But I was trying to do little things. And I thought I had a good game. I got a clearance off the line. A few successful dribbles. Lost the ball a few times, but that's a given. A few good passes forward, constructive. It was a lot of positives. But I mean, it was the slowest 45 minutes I'd ever...
Who would be your best friend in football?
That's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah. Not a lot, but you know what? When I ask this question, people are like, "Ooh."
Everyone kind of is that. Everyone would be like that because you don't really think of it in that manner.
Yeah, you don't.
You have to be your own best friend, your own worst enemy in that regard. You have to be constructive. You have to stay kind to yourself, even when it doesn't go well. But I don't know. It would have to be my dad for the simple reason when it wasn't going well.
Okay, I see. Okay.
He was always in my ear saying, just keep at it. If you sacrifice, I was 14, 15 maybe at the time. He goes, sacrifice next 2-3 years. He goes, you'll have anything you want. He goes, girls, you can have them. He goes, no matter. He goes, you don't have to be 16 when you're doing all that. You know what I mean? Like, you know yourself.
I don't know, no.
It's a bit of a sticky one still, obviously, right now anyway.
So what advice now would you give to a young, say, 16, 17-year-old that's obviously looking to play in the League of Ireland, and obviously not just play in the League of Ireland, but to go up in the ladder and just keep progressing? What is it? What is the main advice that you would give them?
Work hard.
Work hard.
Everyone will say it to you, but I'm gonna kind of break it down for you why. If you have a dream and you want to do something, don't just talk about it. Go out and show people that you want to do it. In what regard? If you're saying you want to go to the top and you're out drinking, out with your friends, not going to bed early, not eating right, you know, if you're not making them basic sacrifices, forget about it. Because I'm telling you now, it's a cutthroat sport. And the higher you go, you're finished. You're competing against lads at Chelsea, Liverpool, City, all these academies all over England, America now is on the up, Germany, Spain, no matter where. They have high quality performance gym, they have analysis coach, they have dietitians, they have everything from A to Z, you name it, they have it. You're up against that, and if you want to be better than them, and you're not even doing them basics, considering you're already at a disadvantage because of what football is at in this country, forget about it. But I'm telling you, if you work hard and stay at it, you will actually almost do better than most of them players because everything's films fed to them.
Dragos, thank you so much, my friend.
I
appreciate that so much. My G. Guys, it's a wrap. That's JD Fitness TV done and dusted. My man, Dragos, I can't even say it. Dragos Mamaliga. Did I say it right?
You get that?
Yeah, my G.
You get that.
Hey.